Alright everybody, I'm going to show you how to do one of the most pain in the butt things you're going to need to do on your quad, which is update your ESCs. Unfortunately, it's not as easy and simple as it used to be because the new BlHeli32 ESCs, you're going to need a Windows computer, you're going to need to install some sort of emulation on your Mac or a Linux computer to do this. And I'm going to show you a quick rundown how to do it and update your ESCs to the latest version. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to download the BlHeli32 suite. I'm going to put the link in the description below, but just go ahead and go there and get the latest version. We want the BlHeli32 because we're doing this for 32-bit ESCs. You can even do this with the older BlHeli SESCs, but in our case we're using the 32-bit, so let's download that. So in this case we're using Google Drive, so I think we just click on it and right click and pick download, and it's going to download it to our downloads folder. Alright, once it is downloaded, I'm going ahead and right click, pick show in folder. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the folder I want to store the software in. You can hold right click and drag, and you can even pick extract to, and I'm going to pick the name of the zip as the folder name. Once that's installed, we're going to go ahead and do what we need to for the quad. So to do this, we're going to open up FlightOne, and we're going to go ahead and plug the quad into the USB. Once it connects, we're going to click the update firmware button. We're going to do this so we can check our DFU drivers, and we're going to tell it to go into DFU mode. Now, if it says welcome to DFU mode, you don't need to do anything else. You're good to go. You can skip this next step and go directly to BlHeli32. If it doesn't say welcome to DFU mode, what we're going to do is we're going to use Zadig to fix the driver. So let's do that real quick. To do that, we're going to go download Zadig. I'm going to put the link to this as well, but just go ahead and click download. You're going to get the latest 2.4 version, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this. We're going to run this. Once we run this, it's going to open up like so. We're going to pick options, list all devices, and we're going to look for the one called STM32 bootloader. Once we select the STM32 bootloader, we're going to make sure Win USB is selected here on the right, and we're going to pick reinstall driver. Once you do that, you should see it listed on the left as Win USB, and it should pop up in this mode on your configurator. If it doesn't, maybe unplug the quad, exit this, then open it back up, open FlightOne back up, and then replug the quad in, and it should be fine after that. So after that, we're going to click, we're going to pull the power from the quad and plug it back in so it goes back to the old mode. If you see this, just click reboot flight controller into flight controller mode. Once it's rebooted, we want to go to the configuration tab. Once we've done this, we're going to click this pass-through clean flight button here. This button will actually flash clean flight to the quad just so we can use pass-through mode. We use drivers that use HID. They don't need any special drivers or serial. That's why we have to use something else to actually pass through to this. Betaflight, they can do it without doing this because they use serial drivers, but serial drivers have a lot of disadvantages, so we like the method we use right now. So we're going to click pass through to clean flight, and it's going to confirm you want to do this. So what it's going to do now is automatically switch it to clean flight so we can do pass through mode. Once it's done this, it's going to tell you to close the configurator and open BlHeli. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure you close this configurator or else you're going to have issues. Then we're going to go into the folder where we installed BlHeli. And in this folder, you should see exe right here, BlHeli Suite 32. So go ahead and close this folder now. And we have BlHeli32 Suite open. Now at this point, make sure the props are off your quad, and you can go ahead and plug a battery in. Make sure you have no props before you do this. Once you plug the battery in, you can pick the port here. If you click it, the only one you should pick should be the one that you should use. And just go ahead and click connect. Once you click connect, you can see it should read. You can pick the read setup button, and it should read all 4 of your ESCs at this point. So now all you need to do to update Okay, so now all you need to update is click the Flash BlHeli button. It's going to pick the latest version, which is 3.26 it looks like. It's set to latest available BlHeli, so we're going to pick 3.26, and we're going to click OK. So then go ahead and hit yes. And it should flash it. So now it's going to go ahead and flash ESC2, so click it and just do that one as well. And you're going to have to do this 2 more times for the other 2 ESCs. Okay, once this is finished, you can go ahead and check the settings. I like to have DMAG set to low. DMAG basically is how long it has to recover if it senses a DMAG event, which is if it desyncs, something like that. We have the PWM output frequency. You can try 32, or you can even try 48, depending on your setup. You can try either and see what you like. And then the other thing, motor timing, usually auto works the best. And if you do this, everything else looks okay, so just go ahead and hit right setup. Alright, so we've done everything we need to do to program these ESCs. We can go ahead and exit this application now. Make sure you disconnect and exit the application. Alright, so now we're going to open FlightOne again. Okay, once you go back to FlightOne, it's going to say back to FlightOne. You just go ahead and click that button, and it should download the latest, and you hit confirm, or you can go to an older version if you had an older version here. Okay, so once it's flashed, it will ask if you want to import the old settings. You want to go ahead and pick yes, because it saved the settings before it did the flash. Okay, so now that we have installed FlightOne back on the board, we're going to run Wizard 4, the last wizard, just to make sure the motors are going the right way. So we're plugging in, going to pick Wizard 4. We've removed our props. And it's going to idle them all. A little trick here is if you want your idle a little higher, just say they're not spinning. And it's going to set the idle even higher. Okay. That'll help with desyncs and prop wash, so it's sometimes better to do this. All our motors speed running? Yes. Okay, front left. Rear left. Front right. Okay, checking them all, make sure they're all spinning the right way they are. Hit yes. And that's it. Now everything should be set up, your flash to the latest version, and your quad should be ready to fly.